That was quick.
Public service announcement. Some just random.
Public service. Wait, what? You get public service announcement down the phone?
Yeah, every once in a while.
I
don't. Well, anybody.
It's like a sounds like something from a communist state. Public service announcement.
This is a public service announcement. Anybody who has a home phone
gets
that.
Have been destroyed.
Anybody who has a public phone, and we don't, or a home phone. Like nobody has home phones, but I'm watching my grandparents' house right now, so they do.
Okay. Okay, so you just stealing their food.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just eating all their food.
Cool.
You know how it is.
You know how it is. Yeah, I had to dog sit for my with my lovely significant other.
Fun.
Who is a complete pain. No, I'm joking. Oh, wait, what the fuck?
We need sand now.
Joe,
now we need sand.
But yeah, we dog sitted. And it was fucking great because we were allowed to have the dogs in bed with us.
Nice.
And so I cuddled up to dogs for. It's really funny. I was more happy to cuddle up to dogs than to just have a house.
Yeah.
I just fucking love
These
dogs.
Dogs are great. Dogs are pretty great. There's 2 Great Danes at my mom's house, and they're pretty fun because one of the Great Danes, her name is Inga. She is like the world's sassiest Great Dane.
Oh no, you were Dane.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I fucking love Great Danes. They're so clumsy as fuck.
Mm-hmm. She's very floppy. That was just her nickname when she was younger. She was just Floppy.
Floppy.
Hey, Floppy. Yeah.
Hey, Flappy. Oh.
Hey, Macarena.
Mondays. Well, I don't know what it's like in America. In Britain, students, Mondays, big night. Thursdays, big night.
Yeah, no, it's Friday, Saturdays. Fridays and Saturdays. That's it. That's all we got.
Well, for locals, for us, like Friday and Saturdays, they go out because they work. Whereas students, they get their own nights. They do their own things. Although I haven't done that for a long time. I just sit at home and drink alcohol, like I'm doing now. I'm just drinking sake.
Drink.
I just drink to forget it all. But no, I enjoy it. I'm not sad, okay? I'm not sad. I'm okay.
Some people might call it sad or alcoholism, but I enjoy it.
I enjoy it. I don't see a problem with it.
I'm gonna put dirt everywhere, and then at some point,
say I'm gonna call services.
I'm gonna call someone. Joe.
I'm gonna call a scientist.
I'm gonna call Octo and have him come over and pull that bottle out of your hand.
He flies from Canada.
Yeah.
I love how most of my friends on the internets are from different countries.
I don't have any friends. Actually, well, I have a couple of friends.
I mean, at all. Oh, I'm your friend. I'll be your friend.
No. I was gonna say I don't have any friends in America, but it just dawned on me that I do have a couple of friends who are here even in California, but they're like way older than me. Is the problem, which is like the problem you run into. You either find people who are your age and then they live in a different, country, or people who aren't your age and they live like right next to you. Like the people who live right next to me, they're like 30 and 40 and so on. And then I've got friends who are my age, and literally like I've got one dude in Israel, and you're in the UK, and I've got there's Octo in Canada, and I got one dude in Germany. It's just like I don't know. That's the internet for you, though.
No, it's great. It's really cool because you get to meet a lot of. That's one thing I really like about this whole YouTube thing. It was one thing I guess I've always wanted to. I guess I think I've said it in one of the podcasts me injected before, but my main aim with YouTube wasn't like for kind of views or stuff like that, but it was kind of more for kind of building a community. Like being like, that's what I like about the consortium is that we're kind of like, hey, we're more for reaching out to people and playing with other people, which is why I've been like playing with you. I've played with Kate. You know Kate Lovely Momo?
No.
Do you know Northern Lion?
Yes.
It's her Northern Lion's wife.
Oh, okay, cool.
Who I just kind of like was watching her videos and I was like, hey, do you want to do something? She's like, yeah, it's pretty cool, and we've like become friends through that. And it's just like, it's not even like that hasn't really brought the channel up at all. I don't think it's really brought many views to our channel really, but it's kind of like been really enjoyable to do it, and it's been a lot of like positive feedback as well.
Well, that's good.
And so that's kind of the main thing I always find with this stuff is just you get to meet some really cool people. When I started when I was like 14 or something, and I started playing PS2 when the PS2 network first came out. Was like first online games, as I was playing SOCOM 3 like a lot. And I just had these group of people who I'd met online who were all British, so we all played at the same time, but like we made such good friends that we just always played together. And it's one of my favorite games, not because of how good it was. To be honest, it's probably quite I guess it's above average shooter, but in terms of the memories I've had with it, it's kind of like one of my favorite games of all time.
That's cool. Yeah, I got in for the money. I just want that fucking paper.
I'm just here for the dollar.
I'm just here for the dollar.
I'm just here for the bottom line.
I mean, that is only half joking though, to be honest. I do, because I did start YouTube with the intention of I want to be able to do this for a living, because I like being able to entertain people and stuff. And so, like, because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I started it, I just want to make friends. And I'm like, that's like a bonus, like that's a perk to me. But I want to, having the, I guess you could say, the goal of making money means that that's what I'm working towards.
Yeah, that's true.
And that way I'm actively working towards it. And because it's almost impossible not to, what do you call it, have a YouTube channel and end up networking with people, you know?
No, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. And it would be really cool for me to be able to do this either as a living or for extra money. Because, well, it just would be really fun because it's something I like doing, and like my favorite like hobby I kind of doing is improv. So a lot of improv acting and stuff, especially at university, but doing it through this medium, I find it a lot more entertaining for me, and then I like people enjoying it as well. It's nice. I like people watching, and I kind of want to keep it up and keep it going, and if I could do this for a career, then hell the fuck yeah. Because
right.
In terms of my degree at the moment, I really enjoy it things, but I can't imagine myself in a career or any type of career besides maybe lecturing, where I'd probably be somewhat okay. And I can hear my flatmates.
What is your degree exactly?
It's called engineering mathematics, and so it's kind of like general engineering, but focuses more on kind of programming and things.
Okay.
So in like first year and stuff, I instantly learned C and C++. With that, and then I've done Java. MATLAB has been a big part of it, and it's mostly around what is it? It's mostly around kind of modeling. So instead of say like for mechanical engineers, they do some modeling at the start of it, but then what they do is they kind of once they build a machine, say they have like a motor, say an engine or something, they kind of work on getting the parts, sourcing the right materials and things like that, whereas we're at the very basics, like saying like, will this work, how will this work? And because of it, we're very much based around applying what we know to different scenarios, we're kind of very flexible. So we technically are general engineers, but we're more aimed towards checking that things work, like doing the footwork, the mathematics behind it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's annoying because it's a lot to explain, but that's kind of basically what my degree is.
Well, I feel like you might be doing that a lot to anybody who doesn't know, which is, I would say, the general layperson, you know?
Yeah, well,
like I mean, how do you even get to something like that? Like, because that's not like, I don't know, maybe it's just because of the shitty schooling that I have because I'm here in America and that we just don't fucking give a fuck about anything. But it definitely wasn't like, oh, you know, what do you want as a degree? Like, this is an opportunity. Like, I didn't have anything along those lines. So like,
really?
Yeah, so ending up with a degree such as the one that you have is like, I'm like, how do you even get there? Like, how do you get from where you were to there? It just blows my mind, you know?
So at school, yeah, so I don't know, I guess it's what you guys would call college. Is that like the 16, 17, 18 kind of period? I wanted to say, I hope you're doing all right. You know, getting a good insight into my life. I'm going to to do, I'm gonna tell you that you should subscribe to my channel because obviously I have an amazing channel, and Tom. Oh, it's. Oh, he's getting job emails. I don't even know this will be in because we're getting very personal in our lives in here. But you know.
Oh my fucking god! It's the EJ Gallo again. They keep calling me back.
Is this the winery?
Anyways, yeah, it's the winery. So continue with what you were doing. Or saying rather.
Oh yeah. So in terms of how I got to the degree I was doing. So
16 and 17 isn't college for us. It's junior high.
Oh, is
so
it?
it goes. Yeah. So for us, it goes elementary school, which is kindergarten through. It's a little iffy, but it's kindergarten through like 5th grade.
Okay, what age is 5th grade? Because we don't have grades here, so.
I know, hold on. I have to work backwards, actually.
You have to go back in time.
Yeah, so if I graduate 18...
This episode's just going to be entirely about us talking about differences in American and British culture.
Probably. I think you're like 10 or 11 about then.
Okay, so
that's
grade. That's like year 6. Yeah, that's year 6 before we go into year 11. So,
and then from elementary school, you go to junior high, which is 6, 7, and 8.
okay.
It depends. Some places are different, but it's just essentially junior high is everything before high school that isn't elementary. That's what it is.
Okay.
Because it's changed. It used to be 2 years and then 4 years, and I think it's now 3 years. And then high school is the last 4 years. So I don't know what that is for you, but for us, it's technically it's grades 9, 10, 11, 12, but we call it freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So for us, well, I can't tell you too much about nursery and I need fucking food. Christ.
I have some carrots in my inventory.
Can I have carrots? I want seasoned darks.
There you go.
Thank you. Because what happened was I was in Scotland whilst I was in nursery, and Scotland and England have different educational systems in terms of years, and even in terms of the exams you take and stuff. But I moved to England when I was, 7 or something, or 8? No, it must have been younger than that, probably about 6 or 5. And so that area I'm not too sure on, but then we have nursery, and then we have primary school, which is up to the age of 10, 11. And then from there you have secondary school, which is the age of 11 up to 16, 17. And what that does is it goes from year 7 is when you're 11, and then 8, 9, 10, 11. And then you take things called GCSEs. And then you go to what's either called college or sixth form, which is when you're 17, 18, you take these things called A-levels, which are used to determine how you get when you go to university. And then after that sixth form, you go to university. So what happens is that you choose 4 A-levels to do. So like before then, you have like a vast range of things. It's like mandatory to do mathematics, English reading and writing, and what else? Sciences.
That's pretty similar because for graduation, essentially, you just have to hit a certain amount of credits. I don't remember what the credit amount is, and so you have to hit a certain amount of credits. You also have to do certain types of classes, but the types of classes that you do will not equal the amount of credits that you have to do. So the rest of the credits you fill out doing whatever the fuck you want, and then you have to pass high school exit exam.
Okay, that sounds like how university works for me. Like I was saying before, in terms of credits. What happens at university is you get a certain amount of credits per year, and you have to fill them up. Either you get given all the units that are filled up, or you get given most and have to fill it up. And what happens is, and this is how I kind of chose to do engineering, is that A-levels, you choose 4 from a vast selection. And so I chose, like, these are my favorite ones, and the ones I did well in was mathematics, further mathematics, chemistry, and physics. And it's common to choose 4 because what happens is you get, it's kind of complex, but in the first year of sixth form or college, you get 4 A levels to choose from, and then what's usually customary is you drop one.
What? Wait, whoa. So you pick 4 and then you just drop one?
Yeah. So what you do is you get something called an AS. So it's kind of like half an A level. But then it's not uncommon, but it's not common for people to do 4. So I did 4 because I did maths, further maths, physics, and chemistry because I had a naturally, not to toot my own horn and make me sound like a bit of a wanker, but I was naturally gifted at mathematics. And I enjoyed it as well. So I stuck to the 4 and I got 4 A levels where most people usually get 3 and an AS.
Why do people expect you to pick 4 and drop 1?
Because I'm not 100% sure why. It's kind of like a standard system. Like you have to have 3 A levels if you want to get into any university.
Right.
Like you can get 4 and then 5 is possible, but kind of unheard of. And the thing is, the 4 at the start gives you a vast selection, not a vast, but more of a selection of things you want to do. So because what I did was maths, chemistry, physics, and mathematics, and further mathematics. And say like I did further mathematics because I thought I was good enough at mathematics to do it. If I wasn't good enough, then I had the option of dropping further mathematics.
Oh, okay. I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Or say if you did like drama, English, I don't know, history and religious studies. Say you really enjoy like drama and English and stuff, but then you got to religious studies and you were like, I'm actually not so sure this year. Because you might have liked it the year before, but you didn't. You can drop it. So you have that option. And then what happens during those years is those 2 years is you start looking if you want. It's very, very much like a preconceived social. From what I got anyway, is that you are going to go to university after A levels. It's kind of like it will happen. And so what happens is people start looking at universities going to open days, and we fill in this thing called a UCAS form, which just has basically like a kind of a quick CV of the things we've done and why we want to go to the universities. And we choose 5. And what we do is through those 2 years, you get, depending on the school you go to, you usually get a lot of help. So I went to a private school, so that means my parents paid for my education. So I was fortunate enough to have that. A lot of people people go state schools, which is paid by the government.
Pretty much all our schools. I'm not gonna say it's like
not state schools. Sorry, is it state school? No, I think it is state schools. Sorry.
Yeah, for us it's just schools, and then there's private schools, and only the rich assholes take private schools, mainly because it's so and this is for for K through high school, all the way up to the end of high school, because elementary, junior high, high school, that's all paid for government and things like that. So, I mean, it's not only recommended, but I think it's technically required. Like, I know you cannot do high school if you don't want to, but it's for in all intents and purposes, it is required that you finish it.
Yeah.
But because it's free, so people just expect that you would take it because it's free. Whereas college isn't free.
No, yeah.
For us, which is university and stuff. Except, it's ridiculous because even though it's not free, people are still nowadays expecting you to have finished college as well, even though it's like ridiculously
you guys have to pay
expensive.
ridiculous amounts because what happened was, I don't know if you heard about this, but a couple of years ago, I'm the first generation to pay £9,000 per year for tuition fees, which is a ridiculous amount compared to what it was. It was £3,000.
£3,000, and I always run with the transfer rate of £1 to 2 American dollars, which isn't correct, but it gets you vaguely in that direction.
But even then, it's a lot less than
that
anything.
Is still so much less than we'd be paying per year.
I know. Because I was having a look at moving to America. Actually, I was kind of interested in studying. For some reason, I was blind enough to think I could get into Harvard, but I was like, actually, I might as well try. But then,
actually, you know what? Harvard and Stanford both now offer free tuition.
What?
Ironically,
really?
the most expensive, prestigious schools in America are both now free.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the only reasons why they offer it free, whereas other schools don't, is because they are so prestigious and expensive that they can afford to offer free schooling.
Yeah, and what happens for us with our 9,000 is that for an undergraduate at least anyway. So say for like your first degree in, say, a bachelor's or a master's, the government pays the tuition fees per year and even gives you a maintenance loan as well, so you can get like a little bit of money to help get you through. And that changes.
Oh, I think I crashed.
Oh, you crashed. I can still access things.
Well.
Oh, I don't know if I can move things though, so we'll see. No, yeah, I think we crashed.
Shit, I crashed.
Oh well.